For decades, land managers and ranchers in northern Arizona dealt with forest fires in a way that led to an overpopulation of trees. Now, as Kuhn from KJZZ reports, agencies are working to fix that.
Near Flagstaff in northern Arizona, homes are going up in communities right next to national forest land. It's an ideal space for nature lovers, but the nature needs to be managed, especially when fire is as critical to the land as water and air.
We just want more of the fire that behaves the way it naturally should. These forests here need fire to survive.
Brienne Pettit is a spokeswoman for the Four Forests Restoration Initiative, or 4FRI. 4FRI is a multi-agency partnership spanning 4 national forests from the Grand Canyon to the eastern Arizona border. 4FRI got its start in 2009 with federal funding, following years of unnaturally large and devastating wildfires in northern Arizona. Those fires were hotter and more intense because the dense ponderosa tree forests in this area are not normal.
Behind us is an area that hasn't been thinned, and you can actually see the density of the trees.
Dick Fleshman helps manage tree thinning operations for 4FRI.
Imagine, if you will, a fire moving through this ecosystem right now. If the fire gets up in the canopy, it can actually run straight through that canopy, actually burn quite hot and actually quite destructively.
What 4FRI does is manually take out the younger ponderosa trees to create a completely different looking landscape than what residents are used to. Today's more volatile forest is more than 100 years in the making. Fleshman says the forests closest to where people live is high priority for restoration, because not only would a wildfire burn trees, it also burns soil, which makes conditions ripe for catastrophic flood events in the rainy season. 2 of Arizona's biggest wildfires, the Rodeo Chetasky and Wallow fires, burned for weeks and caused hundreds of millions of dollars of damage. Part of that damage was to the water supply because the fires burned on the forest watershed.
When the forest burns, the water that's produced is of terrible quality. It's full of silt. It has harmful chemicals in it. It erodes the landscape and fills our reservoirs with sediment. And it's just a bad situation all the way around.
Charlie Esther manages all the river water that feeds into Salt River Project's reservoir system, which makes up 60% of Phoenix's drinking supply. Those reservoirs still have silt and chemicals from past wildfires, which travel through the canals to cities, and cities have to filter those pollutants out in their treatment plants. Kuhn, KJZZ News, Flagstaff.